Welcome back. Well, I did say it was a packed show, and I think it certainly has been. Let's now get my final guest out before we get to the music. He's one of this country's greatest sportsmen, at the very top of his game for over 20 years. As I said earlier, he's got 16 world titles. Have a look at him at work.
Is this the coronation? Double 16 for the match. And it is world title number 16 for Phil Taylor. And it may well be the sweetest of the lot.
Will you please welcome the power-tastic Phil the Power Taylor? Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much. Come and have a seat.
Thank you.
I don't want to squeeze your hand too hard then, because I know that can lead to trouble sometimes.
You're all right.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Hey, congratulations. That was Phil, we just saw, winning your 16th world title. What a feeling. And that was a close one, wasn't it? That was quite close, that last one.
It was the 200 grand first prize, what I'm more excited about.
When did you first make...
titles, you can't eat titles.
Well, when did you first make serious money out of darts? Because I know back in the early days, didn't Eric Bristow lend you some money? Some of the other dart players helped you out?
Eric sponsored me back in about 1987, I think it was, 1987, 88, and to go to the world. We used to have world ranking tournaments then, where you travelled around the world, like Vegas and Belgium and Jersey and places like this, where you'd pick ranking points up. So for go there, I mean, I had no money. I was on about £70 a week wages in them days. Wow. So Eric sponsored me, and then he sent me to all these places. Wow. On the condition that I paid him back, which was great, really, because it made me into a winner. So once I'd earned £8,000 or whatever it was I owed him, then I was on bonus then.
Let's go back to the final, because that was exciting. And, you know, you made a joke about the money, I know, but it must be a big deal to have done it again. To have done it again and to actually stay on top.
Well, it is for me. I mean, I'm 52, I'm 53 this year, so it's massive. I mean, the young kids coming through now, all over the world, are just getting better and better and better. And the standards improved. It's like any sport, you know, they're more dedicated. They're not like the older players where they went out and enjoyed themselves. Now they're very, very serious.
Do you think it will be made an Olympic sport? I know there's been some talk about people wanting it to be. Will we see it at Rio?
I think you've got to... Yeah, I think you might have a chance, actually. I think I mean, some of the sports don't do as well on ticket sales, obviously. So if you want a great atmosphere, a bit of fun and a load of ticket sales, then stick us in.
What's the argument against it being an Olympic sport? Do you know what they've said in the past? Because people have asked in the past for it to be included and they've turned them down.
I think it's because of the alcohol. Obviously, anybody that plays in the Olympics wouldn't be able to drink alcohol.
And so what, the players are saying they don't want to go if they can't have a beer?
No. No, the people. I think most of the players would embrace it, yeah.
But it's a proper serious sport. There's big money to be won, as you said. And you got drug tested immediately after you won the final, didn't you? Well,
but that's the biggest question. Everybody thinks you get all this money in cash, and you go straight down the casino or nightclub and whatever. You don't.
I bet in the early days you did get given a case full of cash, didn't you?
No,
never.
No.
Even when
never.
you first started out.
I did have the first tournament I won when Eric sponsored me. I think I was in Canada. It was in Moncton in Canada, and I've got something like 20 quid in my pocket. That's all I got, and I won £4,000 in cash. And Eric's waiting at the bottom of the stairs there. Come here, you. So I had to give him the money. He said, right, you owe me £4 grand now. So that's the way it was.
So you still only had 20 quid in your back pocket?
I still only had 20 quid in my back pocket.
Okay. So we asked you about the drug testing. So you did have a drug test after or just before the...
There's me papers.
I saw it. I'm trusting you. You don't need those
drug test papers, look.
If I was going to drug test anyone tonight, I'd start with Jeremy. Don't worry about that. Doping control form, big letters, urine.
Yes.
They don't test the other stuff as well, do they?
They're taking the piss, aren't they? Oh. What you have to do, you have to go into the toilet. You imagine you're me, right? You stand up. Okay. So you have to go into the toilet. And first of all, he shakes your hands. Congratulations,
Thank you.
I've been a big fan of yours.
I think it was one of my finest displays.
Well, great. Well, I've been a big fan of yours for 25
Thank you.
years.
I've won 16, don't you know?
So now you get that bottle there.
The bottle?
Bottle there. And what you have to do now, take the lid off.
We're imagining. Just imagine.
Take the lid off. No chat. Put it there. Now then, you go into the toilet. Now drop your trousers in your pants.
Wow.
And lift your shirt up.
Before we do that, do you have one with a wider top? Because I ain't going to get it in.
It's about that big.
So you strip in front of them?
Yeah, you have to drop everything.
Wow. And so in the room.
And he
but do you
leans
ever
down.
suffer from shy willy, as we call it? When, you
Every
know...
time.
Oh my goodness.
Every time.
So
even
you
with the
don't-
wife, I do things.
So, so how long did it take? Does it take you to go?
It can take you. Well, what you do is you've got to do so many milligrams. It's about that far in the bottle, and you think you're dying to go to the toilet. And trust me, you do about that much.
That's it.
So then you have to put the lid on, and go and wait for about an hour. Keep drinking water. They turn all the taps on.
Wow.
And you have to sit there until you can fill this bottle, and then it has to be a certain consistency.
Now we're getting to the region of too much information, frankly. So they look at the colour and the text.
It can take 2, 3, 4 hours. I mean, jockeys, for instance, after they've been in a big race, can take 7, 8 hours.
Wow.
Because they're so dehydrated, see.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
You know, we've got you here, and if you feel fit and able, and you're not too doped up on the stuff that you take to win, I'm going to ask you to... We've got you a darts here. Let's have a... I want to see whether I've got the skill against you. Would you like to see Phil play a little bit of darts, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, you're meant to be a darts crowd, so you're allowed to go crazy, is that right?
Yeah.
OK, let's bring in the dartboard. Let's get up here and you can give me some tips. Oh, I've dropped one already.
Can I change my shirt?
You want to put your dart shirt on?
Yeah, of course I
OK,
do.
well, in that case, I would like my dart shirt as well, please.
All right.
OK, Phil's going to go get his dart shirt on. Here we go. Get ready for this. There we go. There we go. I've got my so-called, it's Phil the Power, of course. I've got my my dart made as well, my shirt made. Oddly, weirdly, I had that nickname for my teenage years before I ever picked up a dart. Phil, let's bring Phil out. Phil, the Power Taylor's coming back out now, ladies and gentlemen, in all his darting finery, ready to show us what it takes to be a world champ. Phil, good to see you. Is it on the back then? Let's have a look at that. Yeah, the power on the wrist. All right. And if you'd like to come out, we need someone to score. And let's bring back out Jeremy, David and Sarah. Come on out, guys. And you get a chance to play against the world champion. Okay, so here we've got David, Jeremy and Sarah. Okay, so let's have a look at the nickname. The double nine lord, piercing Jeremy Piven, and of course Sarah, free in a bed Millican. Free in a bed. Okay, so should we do one dart each?
Come on then.
Put the foot on the other side of the hockey. We put it in the wrong place. So you do it then.
Too far, that was.
David, you scored 19.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can see you're competitive, aren't you?
19 or more to win.
USA. No pressure.
You scored 10.
Go on, Sarah. Come on, Sarah.
Because 19 or more.
25.
25. Phil, can you do one from back over there? Let's go over. Let's do one for... Phil, if you get this in the board, you win the willy warmer from David, OK? Yeah, let's go over here. Guys, you come out the back here so no one loses an eye.
Yeah. If I get one in, will you sign it for me, Dave?
If you get one in, he'll wear it for you first. Further back, right back here.
Oh, Christ.
You can do... Phil, I think Phil can do this, don't you? Ladies and gentlemen, this could be a world record. If he gets the bullseye from here, this will never be beaten, I suspect. Okay? A little bit of pressure. Phil, the Power Taylor. Let's play darts.
Ready?
A bit of quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen. He needs to concentrate.
Good roll.
Oh, yes, come on, Joe. We're going to get one. No one's going home till we get one. That was rubbish.
Come well like this. Good lands down there.
Take a close-up of that, we'll edit it in, all right? Near like a semi-ball. think the drumming helped, 3 in a bed, time 9 law, whatever it is. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Nearly a world record. Come and sit down, guys. Will you join me in saying thank you to David Tennant, Sarah Millican, Phil the Power Taylor and Jeremy Piven. See yourself down.